I'm going to show you how the PGYTECH OneGo 2 differs from the PGYTECH OneGo version 1. Let's get into the bags. So I've been using the PGYTECH OneGo bag for about a year and change, I would say. I really like the form factor. It's really cool. It's well made. And there is a version 2 for it that also has a really good form factor, very well made. But there are some key differences and some upgrades that they made to the version 2 that I absolutely love that is going to make me retire the version 1. I gotta say so. You did your thing, PGYTECH. On the PGYTECH version 1, you cannot open the bag from the back. You have to turn it over to the front, open up the top, and then you zip this to get access to the full bag compartment. In version 2, you can open up the full back of the bag and get full access to everything. It is easy to dive my hands into this and grab something versus this where the sides come in. It's more like a pyramid, more like a trapezoid. So you lose space at the top to move your hands and maneuver it. So that's a big improvement over version 1. Also, I really do love that they did away with these sort of hook dividers, because it's like you would have to come over here and hook it in to adjust it. And, every now and again it might slip out, but it was a design that was more rigid and it makes it harder for you to want to switch up the workflow inside. This, by doing away with that and just having the dividers inside, it feels easier to design it and make it my own. So that's one big improvement and upgrade. If you wanted to have your laptops or anything like that, that is still on the inside, and there's a slot or a pouch back here. So you're kind of, working against everything that's stacked in here to pull out what's in there, your laptop and such. Whereas with version 2, the laptop compartment is more independent from the rest of the bag. So in here, I can pull out my iPad and I can pull out the mini and access these things way easier than if it were in here. And matter of fact, these things would have to be against each other, I think, if they were in this bag. I don't know if there's 2 separate slots. There may be. There are 2 separate slots, but the padding between the 2 is not as thick, I would say, as it is here. So that's another major improvement. So with both bags, you can access the inner compartment from the side. Over here, you have your battery slots, which is great, but they improved the battery slot compartment, y'all. Let me show y'all. Hopefully I guess the right side. Is it this side? It is the other side. Okay, but you have a compartment here over the side that doesn't give you the inside, but this compartment gives you the inside of the bag. And it also does have that battery compartment, but there's an indicator system. So if the battery is dead, you can put it on red. If the battery is green and good to go, you can put it on green. And as you use the batteries and the status changes, you flip over these little tile things. They are magnetic. They have a pretty decent feel to it. It does feel like more of a premium plastic, not quite metal, but maybe it's a really thin one. And there's a magnetic piece in here that snaps onto. So this is a really great way, really clever way to know the status of your batteries. So this is the back support on the PGYTECH OneGo, which is more of a flat design. Now in the second version, you see the circles. There's these sort of elevated contour circles, kind of like earth science, different levels to it.
Kind of like earth science.
Yes.
I'm going back in my office.
Yeah, this feels really nice on your back. So that's a big upgrade as well. Some of the key differences, they both use that latch system, so it's easy to open and close and it's not going anywhere. So that's really great. But if you want to have a little bit more control and customization, definitely version 2. I love how you can open it and see everything in one shot. I love the laptop compartment. Both very good, strong handles. They both had good grab points as well. I will say version 1 has 2 grab points, which I really like. in version 2, they just have one grab point, but you do have the top and the side. But I think it would have been nice to have that second grab point here as well. And then also for version 2, they have a nice system for latching the straps together. I don't really see that here. You could use the extra straps, but they have a system built in. So I'll show you how that works. So when I have the backpack on, I need to drink some water, y'all. This piece right here comes across, and there's like this sort of clip-on mechanism. I clip it into the track, y'all, and now the bag and the straps are like secure. That's not coming off my back. And this is what the fit looks like. I am 5'4", and the bag doesn't feel too big and heavy and thick and overwhelming. And I like the lines of the bag. I think for version 1, this gave it more of a squarer sort of look that popped out. And if you want to take this piece off or undo it, you just give that a tug, and now that comes off. So, and then let's look at how the version 1 fits. So I'm going to put this down, pick up version 1, throw this on, and you can see how that fits as well. It's a different shape with this part here. Again, I still think it looks nice and it has a nice uniformity to it, but that's how the bags look. That's how they compare. And you can, of course, put on other PGYTECH attachments like the beetle clip to hang your camera from the straps as well. So there's a lot of different things you can do with this. I really like this new design from PGYTECH. Definitely worth the upgrade over the version 1. The material even feels a little bit more robust, like it would be less prone to cutting. This one is a little bit more plasticky, and this one feels closer to like a knitted plastic canvas, if you will. But yeah, this is the PGYTECH OneGo version 1, and this is the PGYTECH OneGo version 2. Hopefully this comparison helps in helping you to make a decision on which one you want to get. I'm gonna say go for version 2 all day. Straight fire from PGYTECH. I am the Chef Gal, and you just got the recipe.